So the next steps here will be instructions on how to put the sleeve and the orifice back in. The first step is to replace the O-rings. There are two slots inside this sleeve. The up hole slot is where the O-ring goes. The down hole slot is actually for the snap ring, and we'll do that later. And then the other two O-rings are on the outside slots here. So it's always good to put a little bit of O-ring lube on both sets of O-rings. And then you just kind of tuck that one back down in there. And it'll fall into slot here.
So that was the AS-136.
Just like
O-ring.
that. And I'll put the excess O-ring lube on the inside. I'm gonna replace the outside O-rings here while we're using the lube.
They're AS-140, 140.
Okay, so the O-rings have now been replaced, and we'll move on to putting a new orifice in. So you'll take the orifice and you will slide that back in and push it down over the O-ring. You can check to see how you're doing. There it is, and it just rolls over that O-ring so you're able to see that downhole slot for the snap ring. So then we'll use the pliers again and a new snap ring. We will carefully put that back down in there. You kind of have to wiggle it, and then you can push it down in with these pliers here. You can see it sits back in the groove. The next step is now to put the sleeve back in the Muleshoe. Sometimes it helps to put a little more O-ring lube around the O-rings to let that slide in. And then carefully, without pinching yourself, just work that back in. You may need a tool. Use the bottom side.
These are the pocket.
Yeah.